What's going on, everybody? Kriddle here, back again with another Fortnite Save the World weapon review. Every time I say that, I get a little bit tongue twisted. Today, we're going to be talking about Santa's Little Helpers, the new rocket launcher that just came into the item shop today. If you want to get it, come over here to the item shop, go to the events tab. It is 1,680 gold. It is right down here for me. Santa's Little Helper, I have already purchased it. But it's 1,680 gold, and it looks really, really, really cool. Yours will probably be up here at the top if you have not already purchased it. So go ahead and grab that, and let's go over and take a look at this weapon. So I have mine. I already leveled it up. I accidentally took it up to power level 130, so this thing is just going to be an absolute beast. I meant to only take it up to 106, but here it is at 130. I did fully re-perk it, or perk it up as well. And if you look right here, this thing does an insane amount of damage, 278,000 damage. If you hit something in the head with it, I don't know why you'd be aiming in the head with a rocket launcher, but if you could hit something in the head with it, if you did, it will do 353,000 damage with my current setup. It does not have a lot of high crit damage on it. It's got a crit chance of base of 10% with a crit damage of 50% base. So I wouldn't really go with a crit load or crit perk on this, but you could. So let's take a look at the modified perks here. So you could potentially go, and this is probably what I'll end up doing with mine down the road, damage right here, another damage here, and then a final one. I'm going to do damage to afflicted, but you could also do just a fourth damage. So it's always doing 120% more damage. I left mine at 45% damage afflicted because it does afflict the targets. However, this is not going to fire extremely fast, but it will fire more than one round a second, or every second or so. So you do your second shot on the afflicted targets that it hits will be doing that extra 45% damage. I did go with reload speed on mine just to get it a little bit faster reload time. This is at 1.4 seconds right now, so it reloads fairly quickly, but I might change that to damage later on just to absolutely annihilate things. I ran out of perk up messing with these two new weapons today, so that is what it is. The element on it, you can put any element on this. I'm going to leave mine at physical for right now, just to see really how much damage it does. But you could go with any element on it. Not every rocket launcher can do that, so that makes this rocket launcher a little bit nicer if you do not have one of the other rocket launchers that can be any element. A lot of rocket launchers are locked into a single element like fire and water and nature. So anyway, that is this weapon. Let's go jump into a mission and try it out. I'm just going to go in with my my soldier setup here that I had for the pop shot when I was messing with that weapon just a minute ago. So we're just going to go in with Raptor Raider. We're going to go with Skull Trooper Jonesy, which does increase the headshot damage, which is why it shows so high of headshot damage on the rocket launcher, and then Double Agent Evelyn. You could go in here and and go with something like your demolitionist or something to get a little bit more durability or something like that. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter. Rocket launchers do stupid amounts of damage anyway. So let's jump into the mission and check this thing out. All right, so here we are all loaded up. This is the rocket launcher. It looks really, really cool. It is basically a North Pole pole that turned into a rocket launcher that shoots presents. It actually fires relatively quickly for a rocket launcher. I do have reload speed on mine that you guys saw earlier. I did craft mine at power level 106 because we're going to be trying it out in a power level 100 mission, and I didn't want to go around with a 130 gun and make it look unrealistically good because not everybody is going to be able to have a 130 weapon. So we're going to kind of try this thing out at 106. One thing I do want to point out is when you fire it, there's like a little bell that dings whenever it explodes. If you want to take a listen to that. So it's actually a pretty cool little weapon, and it's got like little spring or strings and stuff, colorful strings that come out of the present. So let's go fight a couple things with this weapon. It's a rocket launcher. It's going to pretty much annihilate anything that it hits. But let's go see how this thing performs. All right, we've got a little group right here. Let's see if we can group some of this stuff up and just take it out. Boom, one hit. We're taking out like everything. 2 hits, and we just took out that whole pack in a couple of hits. I believe there is a sleeping blaster right over here that I went by a second ago. So let's go hit that thing and just see how quickly we can take one of those out. There's a couple of sleeping blasters. I just knocked him off the cliff there. It does have a good bit of impact on it, which is nice for a rocket launcher to have. So definitely something, a little extra perk there. It does decent damage, great impact, and it's just a fun all-around weapon to use. Rocket launchers are always a little bit overpowered in this game, so you don't really need to worry about them doing enough damage. They almost always do, and they can take out all the little husk, that you come across. So let's go see if we can find a smasher, test it out, and then we'll do a little final verdict on it. All right, we got ourselves a smasher here. Let's just throw a couple of rockets into it and see how it does. Not too bad. Of course, this is not really a weapon to be taking out smashers with. You generally want to take out smashers with a regular weapon, single target weapon that does a lot of damage, and you can take those out fairly quickly. This is an explosion weapon, so it's not really made for that, but that is the Santa's Little Helper. So let's go give our final verdict on this. All right, so there you have it. That is the Santa's Little Helper. Final verdict on this weapon. It's great. I mean, most rocket launchers in this game are very gimmicky, and they're just fun to play with. They all have, very unique looking skins on them. This skin is one of the better looking ones that I have seen. This thing just looks absolutely amazing. And it's just fun to use. The sounds on it, the visuals on it, everything about it is just fun. So I definitely would recommend grabbing this if you do not have a rocket launcher that has high impact on it. This one's got very high impact base on it, which is really nice to have, and it knocks back monsters pretty easily. It can take out everything just like every other rocket launcher can. So it's a very, very fun rocket launcher to use, and I would recommend grabbing it. As far as perking it up, you can perk it kind of however you want. I would probably go with the 4 damage perk, or maybe even just leave this one at the 45 and go for 3 damage perk and then the 45 damage to afflicted here. That's probably what I'll end up doing with mine if I mess around with it a little bit more and get some more reperk. But for right now, I'm happy with leaving it like it is with the faster reload speed. The damage on it is plenty high enough. As you saw, I was just taking everything out with single shots, and that was at the 106 version that I was using in the actual gameplay. I do have it at 130. As I accidentally leveled it to 130 because I was just clicking too quick. But, whatever, that is what it is. But anyway, if you would like to try this weapon or any other weapon out in the game, please feel free to come by my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/KriddleCraddle. I do stream this game very often. I stream on Twitch 6 days a week, every day but Fridays, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern. And if you want to get this weapon made, just come on by, jump in a game with me, give me the materials, and I will make this or any other weapon for you to try out before you buy it and perk it up and spend all that hard-earned XP on it. So appreciate everybody watching, and I will see you next time.